and welcome to Writing Wednesday. I'm excited to be back with you today. Well, let's just take a moment to discuss the fact that today is 9/11. So I'm coming to you wearing my 9/11 t-shirt. I'm a veteran, and so 9/11, I think it just means a lot to everyone in the country, but as a veteran, my husband was actually deployed during 9/11 to New York. He's in the medical field, and um, sadly, they went there to help, and there was no one to help because there was no one there. I mean, you get it. It was very sad, very tragic. And so I come to you today on this holiday to talk about holidays, and it's a unusual holiday, right? You wouldn't really call 9/11 a holiday. It's more of a day of remembrance. We do that a lot in our country. We call Memorial Day a holiday weekend, right? And it's really a Memorial Day, and that's what today is as well. Um, but I'm sure for a lot of people, it means a lot of different things, and so we won't dive into much of that today because that's not what we're talking about. But I just wanted to acknowledge that today is 9/11, and um, prayers go out to all of those who have been affected by it in one way or the other. And for most Americans, that's all of us, right? And so, prayers for the families of those who lost loved ones that are remembering that today, and anyone who survived the attacks and who's living with the consequences of the terrorists' actions. So we just lift them up today, Lord, and we're going to dive into what holidays have to do with your book. And that's what we're here for today. I shared, if you caught my email earlier, if you're not on my email list, get on my email list, get over to publishandtell.com, get on my email list, and you can go under Rise and Write and get on that email list. But you want to make sure that you get the emails. I talk about Writing Wednesday. I give you a reminder, I give you the link, and then sometimes I give you a lot of detail about what I'm talking about. But today I only gave you the overarching 4 points, if you will, what we're going to talk about. But we're talking about the holidays and your book, what it has to do with your book, whether you've published or not published. And I know we have some people live on with today, so just let me know who's here. Let me know published or about to publish, future published, however you want to tell me. Let me know who's watching and what your status is, so I can speak directly to that, right? Because I want to help you, especially those of you who are live. Okay, so sorry, I had to take some allergy medicine last night. I'm dry today. Okay, we a lot of times think about holidays and it overwhelms us, and we're like, I don't want to promote my book on the holidays. I don't want to, like, today's a different story, right? Today is not a day to necessarily promote your book unless you have a book coming out, like my newest author about to release her book. Her book is titled Grief Stinks, and that would be an appropriate book to talk about today. Grief Stinks. In fact, she's about to go into pre-orders, and today would be a great day to start that because that's what's on people's mind today is grief. And so helping people work through that. And now her book's not necessarily about a tragedy such as 9/11, but it is about grief, and we all grieve in many different ways, right? And so talking about her book today would be appropriate. Now, how you talk about your book on a day like today is a different story, right? And so you do have to, be mindful that today's not a day to be overly salesy. You should never be overly salesy with your books, but today especially, right? You want to honor and remember those with integrity, not salesy. So today, and like Memorial Day and other holidays that have to do with tragedies, like if your book is about the Holocaust and you're on that anniversary date that they celebrate, or not celebrate, but acknowledge that event, because certainly we're not celebrating that, acknowledging that event. If you want to align marketing with that, you certainly can, but just be mindful of things like that. Okay, it makes sense to do that if your book aligns with it. Now, that is the first topic of today, really talking about aligning your book or your book launch, your book marketing, or just talking about it on, book tours, all of it around a holiday that ties into your book's topic. So, what does that look like? So, it could be Mental Health Awareness Month. It could be that your book is specifically about I don't know. I know we have. Let's see who's on. Let's see who's on today. Okay, Lisa's on Future Published. Yes. Thank you, Lisa, for being here. Kim's on Published and Future. She's going, "Oh, we're not going to talk about being behind the goal. We're trusting God's timing. We are trusting that you've got this and it will happen." And then we've got Yvonne. Thank you for being here, Yvonne, because I know you just are recovering from a procedure yesterday. And so we thank you that you're here. And that's a good news that you're here and watching. So, and Yvonne's book is about prayer rooms, prayer experiences. And so let's talk about that, Yvonne. There's a National Day of Prayer, right? What day is that? When does that fall? Look it up, right? I want to say it's in November, but maybe September. I don't know. And then there's also um, I think the kids do it the same day as the National Day of Prayer, if I'm not mistaken, but where they kids pray at the pole. I don't know if that's a thing down where you're at right now. Pray at the pole. Um, but when my daughter was in high school, pray at the pole was a big deal. And so talking about your book on social media, especially around those times, is beneficial, even if your book isn't out yet. So you could create your wait list, which we talk about in our coaching program. Create your wait list, have that ready. You do not need a website to do that. If you need help on that, hop on the next coaching call. We will talk about it. And for sure, next week for the tech talk on Friday, that is our focus, is helping you guys get that set up. Okay, so what does that look like? You are talking to people and you're telling them, hey, today's National Day of Prayer. If you would like to set up your own prayer experience in your room, hop on my wait list for my forthcoming, is what we call books when they're coming, forthcoming book, blah, blah, blah. Right? So it's that simple. Now you've got a post and you're telling people about it and you're tying it into that holiday. If you were talking about today, for instance, and like I mentioned, author Janet Cruz's book coming out, Grief Stinks, you could say, she could, and she's so eloquent with words. She's a huge prayer warrior. She could totally talk about, you know, the grief that people are going through, tying it in and saying, if you would like further support, I would love to offer you the opportunity to purchase my book at blah, 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 and give the information, right? But you want to address, each one of those has a different way you go about it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of my other books. Okay, so one of my books is well, two of them here in a series is for writers. So what national holiday could I talk about these books on? Well, if you follow me at all, you know I talk about them whenever I want. But specifically, you could talk about them during National Writers Day. There's all those little holidays that people dream up, right? National holidays. Um, I could talk about it. Back to school time is a great time. I've often done things like that where I do a post about, okay, writers, your kids are back in school. Now it's your turn to do your homework and get to writing. And so you could address posts where people are. That's really the key here, right? Addressing your audience where they are and acknowledging the holidays. But sometimes we don't even know about these holidays because they are these, I don't want to say made up, because they're symbolizing something. Someone has created these. I don't know if you know the process of that, but you have to like go through this whole process to get it recognized as a national holiday. And so someone has taken the time to do that in most cases. And you can just Google, if you're looking for national holidays around the topic of your book, Google it. National holidays around grief, national holidays around walking with God. So prayer ones. Prayer ones are great. Recognizing, who you are in God. You could go through and just Google the holidays around that. And then you're going to get national holidays. You're going to get some not so known holidays, like Peanut Butter and Jelly Day or whatever, which would be great if you were writing a book about peanut butter and jelly, or my friend with the peanut butter box out in Jefferson, Texas. Shout out to Carrie Parsons and her box. She, that's what her life is around, peanut butter. So National Peanut Butter Day is perfect for her. But let's talk about a holiday that may not even, let's just say there's National Reading Day. Okay, there you go. Promote your book, National Reading Day. What are you reading on National Reading Day? If you're out of reads, add this to your to be read list, and there you go. Drop the link. If your book is not published, all you do is the same context, except you say hop on my waiting list and you direct them to your waiting list. And again, we'll talk about that in our coaching program, how you actually do that without a website, creating that very easily. It is virtually free to do. Okay. So this may cost you $20 a year. That's it. $20 a year. That's it. Okay. So there's no excuses not to have a wait list, but you can certainly do that. And then what do you do with that wait list? You obviously email them when your book comes out and tell them, hey, remember back on National whatever day you registered for, you hopped on my wait list. You've been waiting X amount of time. It is here. It's finally here. And just share your excitement, because trust me, you are going to be excited, right, Kim? You know all about this. I spoke with Janet yesterday, because we're right there on the edge of getting her book published. And I spoke with her yesterday, and she was just, you could hear it in her voice, right? You could hear it in her voice. It was the sweetest excitement. And I still get excited. I'm 10 books in and I still get excited when one comes out. So you want to share that excitement with your readers. They're waiting for it. Yvonne, oh, thank you. She's hopping on from the hospital, you guys. Give Yvonne a big round of applause and pray for healing for Yvonne while she's in the hospital. Okay, Michelle says, that's great advice. I was going to make a post, but realized it was 9/11 and decided to hold it until tomorrow. Such a great reminder. Yes, really. I mean, you know, actually, Michelle, your books are children's books, and you could totally do a post and say, you may be grieving today, but your children weren't even born yet, right? Because the children that are reading your books, they weren't even born yet. And you can totally tie it in to, you know, maybe today would be a great distraction for you would be to grab one of these books and read it to your kids. It makes me weep to think that those kids that your books are for, they weren't even born yet. Wow. I know my daughter was born in 2020, so she was a year old then, and she obviously learned about it in history class. But it's different for those of us who lived through it, right? Very different time in our country. But yes, you could totally post about it. It's just how you go about it. Okay. If you're just gonna randomly shoot out some, hey, buy my book now, probably not a good way to ever promote your book, but definitely not today. So yeah, being mindful of it, but you can totally post about it. Totally. Okay. Oh, there are different days. Flag at the pole or meet at the pole and prayer day. Not interesting. Um, I remember pray at the pole day because my daughter, they had this voting thing where the local radio station would come out, like they would come out and celebrate and bring breakfast to your school or something. And so, look who's here. And so they, hi Jovi, everybody say hi to Jovi. Um, I've been giving her some treats, like in this little game she has to play, and I try to make it longer every time, but what is she, 15 minutes? 15 minutes, and she ate the entire treat thing. And it's like 3 layers of this spinny thing, and she has to lick it all out. And today I put dog food in it too, and well, here she is. So there's my Jovi. Let's see if we can get her to lay down and be nice. Okay, let's talk about point 2. Okay, so that's aligning your book with a holiday. Find a holiday you can align your book with. If you want to launch on a holiday, it can make sense to do so if you're not going to get lost in the holiday. Okay, it can make sense. So think about, and it really depends on the holiday, right? Like, think about like Thanksgiving. Are people really buying things on Thanksgiving Day? Not really. They're usually buying the next day, right? So if you wanted to share your book about being grateful and thankful, you probably want to do that at the beginning of November. You have your book launch at the beginning of November so that people can order it and have it and read it during the month of November, right? People probably aren't going to be there shopping on Thanksgiving Day. Hopefully not, right? They're there with their families. I know Lisa's on. She used to work at Walmart, and she was asset protection for a long time at Walmart. And she was working on those Thanksgiving days sometimes. And unfortunately, people were out shopping, but hopefully people are at home. And so we're not adding to that, right? By promoting our books on that particular day, but on Black Friday, we can hop on and join in with all the other promotions. And that's really a thought, right? When you're starting to see promotions around holidays. So when you're starting to see back to school promotions, or let's just talk about Christmas, okay? Have you been in the stores lately? Hobby Lobby's had Christmas up for 2 months, maybe a month at least. They started trickling it out, right? It's all full fall right now. If you're not talking about fall things with your audience right now, you're probably missing the fall rush, right? Because people are buying things for the fall. They're starting to change. I changed my door decoration yesterday from spring flowers that went all the way through summer to fall, right? I created this cutest little cornucopia thing that I bought anyway at a thrift store. Anyway, changed my fall flowers this year. So people are starting to think about the switch of seasons, and you need to align your book with it, right? It is cozy reading season, people. It is. It is also writing season. If you're not a big, huge football fan, that's writing time for you. So it's writing season, it's reading season. Start talking about it. Start talking about your book now. Start letting people know, hey, by the next reading season, my book will be in your hands. I'm so excited. Hop on my wait list now, right? That's simple. For all of you who don't have a book out yet, that's simple. It's reading season, it's cozy snuggle time, it's hop in the hot bath, sit under a warm blanket, sit by the fireplace. That season is coming. So, Kim, you have a book out, so that season is coming and people should be buying your book to cozy up by the fireplace. You live in a cold place too, so they should be doing that, right? So, talk about where they are and wrap it into the season and the holiday, okay? Holidays specifically, again, Christmas, you want to hit that early, early, early. People are Christmas shopping. If I start promoting buying my book only in December, they might not get it in time because of the Christmas shipping rush, right? So we've got to start talking about it now. We've got to start talking about it early. Shop early. You're going to start seeing the sales. You're going to start seeing them all over social media, all over the television, and you have to get in on it. People are shopping early. They're doing those things, right? And then you have those last minute Lucy's, like myself, who will, buy things at the last minute, but you have to be able to get it to them last minute. So you need to make sure that you're aware, if you're mailing any of your books, that you have a specific cutoff date, that you know when they will arrive. And if you don't know that date, look it up on the post office website, or UPS, whoever the postal carrier you're using. See what the shipping is and what the cutoff date to guarantee delivery by Christmas is. If you're not, it should just be there on their site, but if you can't find it there, look at your favorite businesses and go look at what they're doing, because there's a cutoff date. It's usually like the 16th, I think, of December, but it's probably dependent on the weekends and where it falls and all that good stuff. So make sure that your readers can get what they want, and especially if they're gifting the book, right? You don't want them to not be able to gift it. You can also offer drop shipment. So someone can buy your book as a gift and they can send it to you, have you send it to wherever they want and include a note from them. So offer that as a service if you're shipping books directly as well. Okay, let's move on to point 2. That was point 2, marketing. I moved on without moving on. So point 1 is aligning your launch, book tour, or marketing around the events and holidays that highlight your topic. Point 2, market during the holidays when eyeballs are already on social media and shopping. My coach taught me this and said, on a holiday, like for instance, Labor Day just happened, I did a giveaway over Labor Day. Why? Because people are mindlessly scrolling on those holidays, right? It's a long weekend. They have time off from work. They're often mindlessly scrolling. Even sometimes when they're with family, if it's a family holiday, they'll start scrolling. And so Labor Day is a good one to do. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily do Thanksgiving, but if your book aligns with the topic, there's probably nothing wrong with it, because people are going to mindlessly scroll on Thanksgiving. And why not let them see your post, right? But I would not be overly salesy, and I would definitely be prepared to market on Black Friday. Whether you offer a Black Friday sale or not is up to you. And then also on Cyber Monday, right? Small Business Saturday. Small Business Saturday is the Saturday after Black Friday. So you've got 3 holidays right there that aren't Thanksgiving that you can use in your marketing. Okay. So 3. If you're just now joining us, hop on to let me know if you're published or not yet. We're talking about how to promote your book around the holidays, whether you're published or not. And so it's good for me to know where you fall, what camp you're in, right? There's no right or wrong. We want to get your book marketing started. Okay. The third point, and I like this point a lot, create your own holiday. Kim, what day was your first book's release? What day was that? My first book, Save the Butter Tubs, released on October 18th, 2018. No, October 12th. Sorry, October 12th, 2018. that date, no, was it the 20th? I have so many dates rolling around in my head right now. I have an event on the 12th of this month. It was the 20th, I think. Now, anyway, that's my holiday, and I have to go back and look. But you know what helps me? Facebook. It helps me because I did so much around that event that it helps me know that anniversary, right? So I can go look on Amazon as well, but look, knowing your publication date helps. But when you're 10 books in, they kind of all blur together. I try to sometimes launch my books on my birthday because that's a thing, right? People are coming to wish you a happy birthday. Sometimes people who haven't seen you in forever will come and wish you a happy birthday. And so I often do a birthday promotion. So creating your own holidays, you can do this. Celebrate that anniversary every year. Celebrate the anniversary of everything you do. I was just talking to, welcome Laura, welcome Brenda. Brenda, when was your anniversary date of your first book launch, or your first book's release? I was talking to an author yesterday, one of our authors, Dawn. Congratulations, Dawn. She just got done being interviewed by Jack Canfield. And for those of you who don't know who he is, he's the author behind Chicken Soup for the Soul. Over millions of copies sold. Chicken Soup for the Soul, everything, right? She just got done being interviewed by him and was at his conference and featured. And so that's super exciting. And we talked about how she can use all the pictures she took. She was very smart in getting all the pictures. And so she's actually going to use some of those, create an anniversary date of this event. Like next year, she can say, oh my gosh, remember last year when I was talking to Jack Canfield? And it gives her an excuse to get back on and talk about her book in front of the world, right? Where sometimes when we get in this slump about promoting our books and we're like, what do I say now? Like, what do I say now? This gives you, anniversaries give you another, it prolongs the life of your book, and that's what we want. Your book it shouldn't just be, oh, the book launch and then you're done, right? You cannot market that way. You've got to continue to market forever if you want to continue to sell forever. Okay, Brenda says October 11th. Yay! So your anniversary is coming up. So start scheduling and start thinking about your October promotion for your book. We'll make some special graphics. It's the anniversary of my book. It's been out since 2011. I'm so excited. I still remember the day. All those kind of posts, right? So you can do this. Let's see what else we got. Some other comments coming in. Oh, those were all okay. Future, Laura's future, very, very soon future, right? Laura's getting very close to publication. Okay, let's go on to the next point. So create your own holiday. So let's recap. Align your book launch, book tour, marketing around holidays that highlight your topic. Okay, market during the holidays when eyeballs are shopping. That's point number 2. Point number 3 is to create your own holiday. Use your anniversary, use your birthday. Be creative, okay? Use your own holiday. Now, we don't want to just make up like, oh, it's National Save the Buttertubs Day. Because you can't do that. It wouldn't be that, right? But you could potentially say that on your anniversary. Today's Save the Buttertubs Day because it's the anniversary of my book's, entry into the world. Okay, and then the fourth way is you could actually write. No, I don't think this applies to any authors here, but potentially some of you could write a book about, now Lisa, before I go, I'm going to go back to Lisa. Lisa's book is about God and walking with God, but she talks about her adoption story in there. And I think you could certainly align with National Adoption Day and all of those things. So if you don't launch, then you could certainly use that time frame to promote. So don't forget that. Look that up. Find out when it is. You probably already know. Okay, fourth one about writing a holiday focused book. Believe it or not, people really like these. I mean, think about Hallmark Christmas movies, right? People really like specific things around holidays. So if you can align your topic around a holiday, great. Now, for those of you who are on watching right now that you're part of my program and I know who you are, do not do this, okay? Because you need to focus on the book you have right now in front of you. But Michelle, you could potentially whip up a children's book. I don't know how fast you are at writing your books, but you could whip up a children's book around Christmas. Pick your topic, keep it in the same genre as your writing, or the same, I don't want to say genre because you have a children's book and that's the genre, but the same kind of theme, the 32-page layout, same kind of theme. And then knock out a little children's book about Christmas and maybe make it meaningful like you did Y'all would not believe my dog right now. She flipped over her bed and she's underneath it. She's under her bed. Um, okay. As long as she's not in my lap biting me, we're good. She's under her bed. Okay. You could whip up a book really quickly. Make it sentimental, just like you did with your the book about Love You Across the Cornfield. Tell me the name of it. I bought it and I can't remember the name of it. Across the Cornfield and Back. Is that what it's called? Drop the name of it, Michelle. It's a really adorable children's book. Um, but you could totally write up a quick little children's book around a holiday and get it up. Remind yourself, if you're like, well, I don't know, think about all the Christmas movies that are out there. Take your topic. Okay, so let's take anybody's topic on here. Let's take Laura, for instance. Laura, you're a poet. You could totally do a Christmas poem book. You could do a Thanksgiving, you could do Christmas, you could do New Year, I mean, there's so many, right, that you could write about. And so you could create a short little mini book around a holiday and get that out there. Um, let's see who else is on. Okay, so Kim, a lot of y'all have kind of similar topics about walking with God. And what a better topic to talk about during Christmas, right? It really makes sense to write a little book about it. And maybe if it's not a book, maybe you're focusing on tying your content in with that holiday. And who knows, maybe a book will flesh out of that and it'll be next Christmas. You'll have that book out. For many of you, I know though, you're working on the one book and that needs to be out by next Christmas. And I'm calling you out, not by name, but many of you need to have that next book out by Christmas, or in some cases, your first book out by next Christmas. Not this Christmas. I'm not putting that on you. We're 3 months out. Now, Kim, I don't know where you're at. You might be close enough to publish before Christmas. But for the most part, this Christmas has sailed and you will be focusing on sales for next Christmas. But so think about what holiday, this is a great time to do your planning strategy. What holiday next year? When does Adoption Day? When does National Prayer Day? When does all these days happen? Find that date and say, I'm going to publish my book by this date. You can totally do this. And Yvonne, I would be very curious to know now that we're talking about National Day of Prayer, because I want to say it falls in November. Am I wrong? I don't know. Find out when it is. And I know you're close. You've done a lot of work in your book. You could potentially get yours published before Christmas. So find out when that falls and let's see where we're at with it. You never know what can happen. Okay, let's see. We got some new comments coming in. Yes, love you to the other side of the cornfield. Yes, I love it. Love it. Challenge accepted. Yay. Okay, I can't wait to see it, Michelle. I cannot wait to see it. I love it. National Adoption Day. Yes, November 21st is National Adoption Day. Okay, Lisa, that, sweetheart, is your publication date for next year. That gives you over a year to finish writing, doing everything. If you think you can make it sooner, I don't know how far you've written into your book. You can always do it sooner, but that is the ultimate deadline. There's no reason why that book can't be done by November 21st of next year. If you are further along than I know that you are, you could potentially publish before that. But right now, I want you to mark that day, and that is your day for sure. Okay? You're going to do that day for sure. Yeah, we see you. We see it. Okay. Yvonne says she's excited. Yay. Okay, what holidays? So let's just brainstorm a little bit. What holidays are you thinking about? What aligns with your stuff? And I'm gonna just Google. Let's see. We're over on time just a little bit, but I'm having fun talking about this because it is fun. I'm gonna type in holidays. No, let's see, national holidays. And I'm going to talk about some of them so that you guys will know. I mean, just Google it and see what's out there, right? Obviously, you have all the normal ones, right? All the regular holidays, and I don't even know how many there are anymore. But you have, New Year's, Martin Luther King Day, Confederate Memorial Day, Washington's birthday, all of those days. You have all the recognized Veterans Day, Labor Day, Independence Day, Juneteenth, Thanksgiving, all of them, right? If you're Texas, you got Texas Independence Day. Obviously Good Friday. There's so many, right? But let's dive into the National Day calendar and talk about some of these dates that they give you. Let's see where we are. We're in September still, right? Yeah, today's September 11th. Oh, I didn't go. It says it's not available. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, today is actually also National Hot Cross Bun Day, National Make Your Bed Day. Um, it says it's obviously they call it Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance after for 9/11. Tomorrow is okay, ladies. Kim, tomorrow is National Day of Encouragement. This ties into your existing book right now, National Day of Encouragement. That book is encouraging. You want to be talking about that. That's tomorrow, September 12th. Also tomorrow, National Hug and High Five Day ties into National Encouragement Day. A National Just One Human Family Day. There's another holiday that could potentially align with your book, Lisa. And that's September 12th. So next year, September 12th. I don't think it aligns as well as the Adoption Day book, but there it is. Let's see. The second Thursday in September is National School Picture Day. So I don't know where that fits with you. Oh, there you go. Michelle, maybe tied into your kids getting their picture taken, and let's celebrate with a book. I don't know. Tied in. Day of Program and National Report Medicare Fraud Day. That's a day. National Report Medicare Fraud Day is September 12th. You guys, these holidays crack me up. But why not use some of these holidays in your promotion? Make it fun, right? It's just fun to look at them. I'm going to go and see what's coming up for October, if it'll get me there. It won't get me there. I don't know why this website's not doing it for me. Okay. Any other holidays pop up for you guys? I'm curious to know. Obviously, I like all the national veterans. Yes, absolutely. November 11th. Absolutely. It's so, your book ties into that perfectly, November 11th, because again, your book, Yvonne, pretty much ties into every holiday because we need a prayer experience for every holiday, right? But you need to start thinking of the ways you can advertise it, market it. Valentine's Day, that would be sweet to market it, praying for your spouse, praying for your significant other, and creating a prayer room to do that in. Sweet, right? Just using the holiday, figuring out how does it tie in with your topics, and start talking about it. Let's see. Kim says, hoping to push forward with my writing once I get past Friday. Yes, she's speaking on Friday, you guys. Be in prayer for Kim. It is Friday, right? That you're speaking. I'm not on target to get editing by the end of this month, but I'm just going to go and let God win. Yep. Winters are a great time for cozy up with my new book releasing, etc. Yeah, absolutely. And people are thinking about those are when I'm thinking, yeah, where I'm thinking at the present. Absolutely, because that's what people are thinking right now. They're like, oh, it's starting to get cooler out. I can't wait to snuggle up with the book and all those good things. All right, let's see. Y'all are commenting faster than I can read now. I prefer National Encouragement Day for November 12th. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's definitely better than National whatever fraud day. What it was. Where did they come up with this? Michelle says, I tie my cornfield book into ag awareness. Yes, and farmer awareness. I'm also collaborating with other diabetes authors to do a live read in November for both of our. Nice. And as a children's author, you're able to get into schools and all types of fun things like that as well. So make sure that you're exploring those options. Yes. Oh, it was Friday. This past Friday was your speaking engagement? Is that why you had to order new books yesterday? Okay. CMA birthday June. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the CMA thing. So that's where you just were, right? And is that what we're talking about? Where you just were? And why didn't you have a prayer room there? We need a prayer room there. And you need to be selling books from that experience. So, people need your books. They need them. Yvonne, I need your book. Everyone on here needs the book. They've told you. Words are difficult today. They are difficult today. It's a difficult day. And if you watch the election or the debate last night, it makes it even more difficult day, right? Because it was just so, we won't even talk about it, but it was just, it was a mess, a hot mess. Instead of talking about issues, they talked about each other. That was exciting, wasn't it? Not. You guys, my dog is cracking me up right now. She's totally enjoying playing under her bed. Who knew? Maybe I'll just throw the bed on top of her from now on. Okay, let me see. No, upcoming Friday. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was coming up this Friday. So, yay, Kim. I'm so excited. So excited for your thing. And did y'all see? She got new books in. I put it out on the page. She's ready. Yes, your own daughter says she needs the book. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so this opened up some new ideas for you, Yvonne. This did. That's exciting for me. I'm excited about that. Um, Okay, well, we're over on time. I hope that helped. I'm going to recap the 4 ways real quick if you're writing down or taking notes. Also, you should have got an email about it. But number 1, align your book launch or book tour or your marketing around the current events and holidays that highlight your book's topic. I think we nailed that. Number 2, market during every holiday when eyeballs are already shopping. Okay, don't miss those shopping days. People are ready to spend money. Let them spend money on your book. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, all of these holidays are big marketing for sales in the world. I mean, if you ever doubt, just look at furniture commercials, right? Car commercials, and you'll know when people are out shopping for these items, right? When they're ready to spend money. Okay, and then number 3, create your own holidays. Use your book anniversary, use your birthday, any other days that are significant to you. Lisa, you're going to use your Isaac Day. That's going to be huge for you to use your Isaac Day. I'm not giving you permission to jump ahead though and go into the next year for your book because I think if I'm not mistaken, that day falls later. Okay, and then we're talking about the number 4 is write a holiday focused book, and Michelle decided she's going to take on that challenge. So you guys be rooting Michelle on, and let's see if she can do this. That'll be really exciting to see if she can do it in time. Okay, that's it for today. If you're in my coaching program, I will see you at noon. So I'll see you in about 20 minutes inside of our private Facebook group. And so go to the bathroom, grab a snack, whatever you need, and I will see you shortly. Yes, your Isaac Day. We are going to do something different with her, hopefully the next round. So she she likes to be the star, I think, guys. I really think she does. All right, tell them bye, Jovi. See you guys at the top of the hour if you're in my coaching. If not, see you next Wednesday for Writing Wednesday. Take care.